In the early 1990s, NVIDIA was just another struggling chip company. It had no monopoly, no trillion-dollar valuation, and no guarantee it would survive. In fact, there was a moment when the company came dangerously close to disappearing. Today, NVIDIA powers the world's most advanced AI systems. Its chips train ChatGPT. Its technology runs inside some of the largest data centers on Earth. And for a brief moment, it became the most valuable company in the world. So what changed? Was it artificial intelligence? Was it luck? Or did NVIDIA make one decision decades earlier that nobody else understood? Because this is not the story of an AI company. It's the story of a company that quietly spent years preparing for a future that didn't exist yet. NVIDIA wasn't supposed to become one of the world's most important companies. When it was founded in 1993, the semiconductor industry was already crowded with giants. Intel dominated computing. 3DFX was leading graphics. A TI was growing rapidly. For a small startup with limited funding, survival alone was an ambitious goal. Jensen Huang believed something different. He wasn't trying to build another chip company. He believed graphics processors would eventually become the most powerful parallel computing machines ever created. At the time, almost nobody cared. The PC gaming market was small. Graphics cards were considered accessories, not strategic technology, not infrastructure, certainly not the future of computing. Reality arrived much faster than expected. NVIDIA's first products failed. The company burned through cash, month after month. Investors became nervous. Partners began losing confidence. Inside the company, the pressure became overwhelming. Every mistake brought them closer to bankruptcy. Then, in 1997, NVIDIA released the Riva 128. It wasn't just another graphics card. It was a lifeline. The product became a commercial success. Revenue finally started flowing. For the first time, NVIDIA wasn't simply trying to survive. It had earned something far more valuable: time. Most companies would have celebrated, protected their profits, avoided unnecessary risks. Instead, Jensen Huang prepared to make the decision that would define NVIDIA for the next 20 years. Most companies spend their profits making shareholders happy. NVIDIA did something far more unusual. In 2006, the company launched a software platform called CUDA. At first glance, it didn't look revolutionary. It wasn't a new graphics card. It wasn't a breakthrough product. It was simply a way for programmers to use NVIDIA's graphics processors for tasks beyond gaming. At the time, almost nobody understood why this mattered. Gaming was still NVIDIA's main business. Spending enormous amounts of money building software for developers seemed unnecessary. Many investors questioned the decision. Why invest in something that generated almost no immediate profit? But Jensen Huang wasn't building for the next quarter. He was building for the next 20 years. CUDA slowly attracted researchers. Universities began using NVIDIA GPUs for scientific computing. Engineers discovered that graphics processors could solve certain problems dramatically faster than traditional CPUs. Year after year, NVIDIA continued improving CUDA. While competitors focused on selling hardware, NVIDIA quietly built an entire software ecosystem. By the time artificial intelligence exploded, millions of lines of code already depended on CUDA. Switching to another platform had become incredibly difficult. The real product was never just the chip. It was everything built around it. Most people thought CUDA was just another software platform. It wasn't. It quietly changed what NVIDIA was becoming. For years, almost nobody outside the research community paid attention. Gamers still bought NVIDIA for better graphics. Wall Street still valued NVIDIA like a gaming company. But inside universities, something unusual was happening. Scientists began using GPUs to solve problems that had nothing to do with video games. Weather simulations, medical research, physics, artificial intelligence. Every year, more researchers adopted CUDA. Every year, NVIDIA improved it. The company wasn't chasing quarterly profits. It was building an ecosystem. Developers wrote software. Universities trained students. Researchers published papers. Little by little, CUDA became the standard. Competitors could copy NVIDIA's chips, but they couldn't easily copy an ecosystem built over more than a decade. Then, in 2012, Everything changed. A deep learning model called AlexNet shocked the artificial intelligence community. It destroyed previous image recognition records, and it achieved those results using NVIDIA GPUs almost overnight. The rest of the technology industry began paying attention. The future Jensen Huang had imagined years earlier was finally starting to become reality. For years, NVIDIA kept building. While the rest of the industry focused on faster graphics, NVIDIA quietly prepared for a completely different future. Then, almost overnight, artificial intelligence changed everything. In 2012, AlexNet proved that NVIDIA's GPUs could outperform traditional processors in deep learning. But that was only the beginning. Over the next decade, AI models became larger, more complex, and far more computationally demanding. Every breakthrough required more computing power than the last. Then came ChatGPT. Almost overnight, millions of people experienced the power of artificial intelligence for the very first time. Suddenly, every major technology company wanted to build its own AI models. Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, OpenAI. They all faced the same problem. Training modern AI required an enormous number of GPUs. And almost all of those GPUs came from one company, NVIDIA. The company that had spent nearly 20 years building CUDA was finally ready. While competitors rushed to catch up, NVIDIA was already years ahead. The world thought the AI revolution had created NVIDIA. In reality, NVIDIA had quietly prepared for the AI revolution long before it arrived. When people look at NVIDIA today, they see a company worth trillions of dollars. They see the world's most valuable AI chips. They see data centers, robots, supercomputers, and the future of artificial intelligence. But that's not where this story began. NVIDIA didn't become successful because AI suddenly appeared. It became successful because decades earlier, it made decisions that looked unnecessary. It invested when there was no obvious reward. It built tools that almost nobody cared about. And it kept building, even when the market didn't understand why. By the time the world realized artificial intelligence would change everything, NVIDIA wasn't starting the race. It was already miles ahead. The biggest opportunities rarely look obvious in the moment. Sometimes, the companies that seem quiet today are preparing for a future that everyone else still can't see. And that's exactly how NVIDIA won. Before AI even existed,